upon a time, in a kingdom nestled between rolling hills and sparkling rivers, there lived two little girls, Lina and Yara. They were the best of friends, always playing together in the fields and sharing secrets under the willow tree. Their favorite pastime was reading enchanting stories from their well-worn storybook, especially the tales of the Dreamland, a magical realm where anything could happen. One night, as the full moon bathed their room in its silvery glow, Lina and Yara snuggled under their blankets, each holding the book close. As the last page was read, a soft wave of magic seemed to flow from the book, enveloping the two friends. With a gentle lullaby echoing through the air, they drifted into a deep sleep. When they woke up, they found themselves in a breathtaking meadow filled with flowers that shimmered with every color imaginable. The sky above them was a swirling canvas of purples and pinks, and tiny winged creatures with shimmering wings fluttered around them. Soon they realized that they weren't in their bedroom anymore, but had somehow entered the very storybook they had been reading about. Just then, an adorable talking squirrel wearing a waistcoat approached them. "Welcome to the Dreamland," he said in a posh British accent. "I'm Fitzwilliam, your guide to this fantastical realm." He explained that they had been magically transported to the Dreamland, because their pure hearts and vivid imaginations were the key to entering this world. As they ventured deeper into the Dreamland, they came across a majestic talking stag with antlers that seemed to reach for the heavens. "Greetings, travelers," he boomed in a voice like rolling thunder. "I am Alaric, the guardian of this realm, and I bring tidings of grave import. The Dreamlight Crystal, the very essence of this realm, has vanished." The sudden disappearance of the Dreamlight Crystal threatened to plunge the Dreamland into eternal darkness and destroy the balance between dreams and reality. Without it, the dreams of all children would turn into nightmares, and the joy and wonder of childhood would cease to exist. Determined to save the Dreamland, Lina and Yara accepted the quest to find the missing crystal. Before embarking on their journey, Alaric gifted them each with a magical companion. For Lina, he summoned a valiant lion cub named Leo, whose golden fur shimmered like the setting sun. And for Yara, he conjured a wise and gentle white horse named Celeste, whose horn glowed with the soft light of the stars. With their animals' companions by their side, Lina and Yara set off on their adventure, eager to find the lost Dreamlight Crystal. Their first clue led them to the Candy Mountain, a whimsical land made entirely of sweets. However, the path to the mountain was blocked by a raging river of molten banana. To cross the river, Lina and Yara had to work together. Yara, with her quick thinking, suggested using Leo's lion roar to create a diversion while she and Celeste snuck across on a log. Lina was initially hesitant, unsure if Leo would be brave enough to face the Banana River monster, a fearsome creature known for its voracious appetite for anything sweet. But when the time came, Leo took a deep breath and let out a mighty roar that echoed across the river. Startled by the sudden noise, the Banana River monster emerged from its lair. Just as it lunged toward Leo, Yara and Celeste safely reached the other side of the river. On the other side, they discovered a hidden path leading to the base of the Candy Mountain. Following this secret trail, they found an entrance concealed behind a waterfall made of crystallized sugar. Entering the mountain, they found themselves in a vast cavern filled with delicious treats and delectable desserts. But guarding this sugary paradise was the monkey guard, a monkey whose bad mood could turn any sweet into a sour. To appease the troll and get past him, Lina used her knowledge of storytelling to entertain him with a funny and engaging tale. As the troll listened, his frown slowly turned upside down into a smile. Amused by the story, he allowed Lina and Yara to pass, and they continued their quest to find the lost crystal. The next part of their journey led them to the Whispering Forest, a place where trees gossiped in hushed tones and secrets were carried on the wind. Here the friends had to rely on their sense of hearing to navigate the winding paths. As they walked, they listened carefully to the whispers of the trees, trying to decipher the clues they were giving them. Suddenly, they heard a distressed cry and saw a tiny pixie trapped in a spider's web. Without hesitation, Yara rushed to help, distracting the spider long enough for Leo to use his sharp claws to cut the web. The grateful pixie, as a token of their kindness, offered to lead them to the Singing Springs, a place where water sang melodies that could heal the sick and soothe the weary. At the springs, the sound of the water was so beautiful that Lina and Yara sat down on nearby stones to listen. As the crystal-clear water flowed into the basin, they noticed a small opening concealed behind a curtain of water. Peeking inside, they found a secret grotto adorned with luminous crystals that shimmered in various colors. In the center of the grotto, they discovered a pool of moonlight a shimmering body of water that held the power to grant wishes. As they gazed at the pool, they heard a gentle voice that seemed to come from the moonlight itself. The voice explained that it was the guardian of the pool, and that it could grant them one wish each for their bravery and kindness. But instead of using the wish for themselves, Lina and Yara chose to restore the pool's magic, which had been fading away, causing the surrounding crystals to lose their glow. With the pool rejuvenated, the crystals once again shimmered with vibrant colors, bathing the grotto in a magical glow. Grateful for their selfless act, the guardian of the pool bestowed upon them the power of moonlight, granting them the ability to understand the language of animals. Their quest led them to the starry sky, a place where clouds swirled into fantastical shapes and stars twinkled like diamonds scattered across a velvety cloth. However, they soon realized that something was amiss. The normally vibrant sky was shrouded in a blanket of darkness, and the cheerful song of the birds had been replaced by an eerie silence. As they searched for answers, they came across an abandoned nest high up in a tree. There they found a tiny owl, whose parents had disappeared due to the encroaching darkness. Determined to help, Lina and Yara used their new abilities to speak with the owl, and balance of the sky had been captured by the Shadow Fiend, a monkey of pure darkness, who thrived on extinguishing light and hope. Realizing the gravity of the situation, Lina and Yara knew they had to act quickly. With Leo's keen eyesight and Celeste's swiftness, they embarked on a perilous journey to locate the Sky Weaver's loom, the source of the Sky Weaver's power. Deep within the starry sky, they encountered the shadow of Monkey Dark One, lurked in the corners of the dimming sky. Using their wits and courage, Lina and Yara managed to evade the creatures and arrived at the Sky Weaver's loom just as the Shadow Fiend was about to cast its final spell of darkness. With the loom's magical threads, Lina and Yara wove a tapestry of light, banishing the Shadow Fiend and freeing the Sky Weaver. As the light returned to the sky, the captured stars twinkled merrily, and the clouds swirled into whimsical shapes once more. The grateful Sky Weaver bestowed upon them the power of starlight, imbuing them with magical abilities that would aid them on their final leg of the journey. Their quest led them to the Upside-Down Castle, a puzzling structure where gravity seemed to have no hold, and rooms were stacked precariously on top of one another. To navigate this topsy-turvy world, they had to use their imaginations to solve riddles and overcome obstacles. Inside the castle, they faced many challenges, such as balancing on walls that defied gravity and navigating mazes that shifted with every step. But with each challenge, their determination grew stronger. Finally, they reached the topmost tower of the castle, where they found the Dreamlight Crystal. But guarding the crystal was the Jester, a mischievous trickster whose playful nature hid a deep sadness. The Jester explained that he was once the royal entertainer of the Dreamland, but his magic had faded, turning him into a mere mortal and causing him to lose his position and purpose. Touched by his tale, Lina and Yara offered to help restore his magic in exchange for his assistance in retrieving the crystal. With the Jester's help, they navigated the final trials, each designed to test their courage, intelligence, and compassion. As the first rays of sunlight began to peek over the horizon, they emerged from the upside-down castle with the Dreamlight Crystal in hand. Returning to Alaric, they placed the crystal in the pedestal, and as it began to glow, the Dreamland awoke around them. With the return of the Dreamlight Crystal, the Jester's magic was restored, and he resumed his role as the royal entertainer of the Dreamland. As the sun rose higher in the sky, Lina and Yara knew it was time to return home. With heavy hearts, they bid farewell to their new friends and the magical Dreamland. As they closed the book, they found themselves back in their own world, tucked away in their beds. Waking up the next morning, they couldn't remember their amazing adventure, except for the feeling that it had all been a dream. Yet, as they looked around, they noticed subtle changes in their room, hinting at the fantastical journey they had shared. From that day on, whenever they read the storybook, they were reminded of their courage, their friendship,